I feel like I should be wearing my jacket, but it's all good. Should I? That's all good. Alright. Let's see what's up with the Blade trilogy. Shit. Triple H was in this.
In a time when Marvel movies were direct-to-video flops, released cult films, or whatever Howard the Duck was.
I just can't resist your intense.
I remember her panties were so nice.
The
Goddamn.
best and worst of Marvel were on full display. The Blade Trilogy.
Oh shit.
Quench your thirst with 3 movies of wildly different quality.
Yeah.
Their best could make B-list stars look cool. And
Yeah.
their worst make A-list actors look ridiculous.
True.
That's just rude.
All thanks to directors that range from the unknown to the legendary.
Holy
to the
shit!
beauty of comic book movies.
Darkcore, trip hop, whatever kids are listening to these days.
In 3 R-rated, black-led superhero films that the press just kind of forgot existed.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's fine you don't remember Meteor Man, but there were 3 of these. Meet
Yes.
Wesley Snipes, a badass, never-aging samurai, who in these films goes by the name Blade.
I was born ready, motherfucker.
He's a half-vampire with superior levels of melanin,
He can withstand sunlight.
a signature style, and whatever one-liners Wesley Snipes had in his head at the time.
Catch you later. You tell him it's open season on all suckers. Some motherfuckers always
It's
try
got
to
a ice skate uphill.
They sure are, Wesley. They sure... Wait, what?
Yeah.
Enter a centuries-long war against the most pathetic vampire since Twilight, who burst into flames at the slightest touch of silver, garlic, or sunlight.
Yo, that was badass,
It's an
dude.
ancient one-at-a-time fighting style. Only have one master plan.
Blade's blood is the key. We're going to harvest your blood.
What is this place?
It's a blood farming facility.
Can't really speak through their fangs.
Yes.
And name everything by slapping the word vampire in front of a noun.
Vampire ranks.
Ah.
Vampire pipe. Vampire ranks.
Vampire Nation.
Vampire blips.
Vampire Cabana Boy.
Vampire vibrators. Vampire race.
Vampire chain of command. The vampire gym.
You made a goddamn vampire Pomeranian?
That's not just lazy. That's, vampire lazy. Thrill and an action franchise with a unique look that it abandoned to look as much like the Matrix as possible. Full of
I
early
only
2000s
remember the
clothes,
first one.
leather trench coats, and CGI that was looking so rough they bailed on it before the final cut.
Having fun yet, Blade? I sure hope so.
Good call. So relive the groundbreaking superhero trilogy with more first than you can shake a steak at, like Marvel's first movie franchise, the first black superhero movie franchise, Ryan Reynolds' first smart-ass comic book role, the first Marvel hallway fight scene,
No
the
shit.
first Marvel franchise to have a solid origin story, an even better sequel, then go off the rails in the third one,
Yeah, yeah.
and the first franchise to include the phrase, juggling thunder.
You juggling thunder!
Yeah, I'm gonna bet that's one record that won't be broken.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Deadpool 2.
Oh shit. Challenge
White
accepted.
Men Can't Slay. Sup Dynasty. Vampire Weekend. Daryl? What are you doing? Where's his busy bee?
Oh shit.
Hellboys to Men.
Okay.
I've got 2 character-appropriate words for you. Wheelie
Yes.
Driver. Techno. Vampires throwing children at play.
Yeah, I remember that shit. She got fucked up. Oh shit.
And Hot Topic.
You sell vampire merchandise.
Yeah. Look around. We might have a few things.
What he slew in the shadows. For everything awful about Blade Trinity, it still gave us some of the best behind-the-scenes stories of all time.
We were in Vancouver, and Wesley Snipes was going crazy. He would only answer to the name Blade. He would communicate with Post-its that he would give to the director, and each one he would sign Blade.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Shit. Man, I don't give a shit. I don't care. You know they were struggling to make fun of that one because, yo, Blade was the shit. I do not care at all. Blade was the shit, man. Blade is the most underappreciated, just like a black man to be so underappreciated. Blade, to me, you might have to quote me on this, but I think Blade was the first CBM of this new generation to come out and like be damn good. Like, if I remember, the end of the superhero world was Batman and Robin. How appropriate. Batman and Robin, and that ended everything. But I remember Blade being that first CBM that came out and was like, oh shit, this is good. And people were like, yeah, man, this is based on a Marvel comic. I'm like, what? Yeah, man, is it this good? They're like, no, the comic's not that good. But this movie, they made this shit fucking dope. Like, I remember watching that movie, like, and then later afterwards, X-Men came out, and then finally we started getting a talk about comic book CBMs coming out and Marvel doing their own thing. And like, Marvel was started to creep into doing their own thing years later. But man, dude, and I remember then the Fantastic Four movie came out. I'll never forget watching that movie and thinking that was going to be that was going to be the Batman and Robin of this CBM age and shit. But I mean, in some sense, I guess we could kind of treat Blade, X-Men, Fantastic Four, all those movies differently, as a different age before the MCU sort of started something differently. Is that fair to say? Man, that's hard. That's pretty hard to say, because Blade, I mean, the Iron Man came out in 2008, and that's the exact same year that Batman Batman Begins came out. So in some form or fashion, there was kind of not a relaunch, but a different sort of form. But see, Batman Begins was also sort of influenced by what they were doing with X-Men. So I don't know. That's a hard one to call, actually. But now X-Men is nowhere near what it used to be back in the day. So that's a hard one to call. There wasn't really a specific time, but the MCU did kind of, I mean, they influence each other, because now we have the DC, well, kind of, the DCEU and what they're trying to do here. So very interesting. But Blade, I got one story I can tell you guys. I've said this before on streams before, but man, I wish I could find a picture for you guys. I met Wesley Snipes one time, and I was actually, I think I was in high school at the time, and I was wearing a trench coat. I had no hair at that time. I was wearing a trench coat and some sunglasses, and I came up to him and I asked him for an autograph. He was just like, man, dude, he's like, you look good, you look buff, you work out and everything? I'm like, nah, not too much. He's like, yeah, man, I like that trench coat. It kind of reminds me of a movie that I'm gonna start filming. I'm like, no shit, like, really? He's like, yeah, man, I think, check it out. I think you're gonna really like it. You kind of look like the character I'm playing. I'm like, what the fuck? And like, later, when The Matrix came out, I was like, is this the movie Wesley Snipes was he supposed to be Morpheus or something? Because I was thinking about the trench coat and glasses, but no. It ended up being Blade. It was Blade. It was all about Blade. Oh man, that was a good story. I mean, that was a good memory. And now he owes money, right? Taxes, man. Pay your taxes, people. Pay your taxes. All right, guys, that's about it. There are far worse things than reactions out there. What's that? Me. Hit me up on all my social media, guys. I would appreciate it. I got a lot of milestones here. The links are in the description below, and I will check you guys out. Do not forget this Black Hero here for February, as tomorrow it's all about Black Panther. Talk to you guys later. Thanks.